Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Deborah, aka the Sunset Girl Creates, and today we're going to continue working on American Roots by Chuck Pinson. It's a square diamond. It's a round diamond painting. The size is 22 by 29 or 29 by 22 depending on, it's actually in a landscape, so it is 29 by 22. And it's by Chuck Pinson. We are currently working on this section here, and we have a post, and then we have this bush over here. So we're working on this section here is where we're kind of working on. So once we're done with this section and the other will be officially past the halfway point. Today's the 16th, so that means we've got 15 more days. I think that we're going to do it because there's only 1.5 sections left. And so I think we're on the right track to finish by the end of the month. I'm kind of taking some time to slow down on this just a little bit so that we can kind of stretch it to the end of the month. If I get it done earlier than the end of the month, I'll see what we've got and get it ready so that we can start our next project. Now, I was thinking about doing a Chuck Pinson in August. However, September is the Chuck Along with Mindy and I can never remember her name. But they get together every 6 months and they do a Chuck-along. This one will be the Chuck-along 4. I'm super excited. I was part of Chuck-along 3 and I will be part of Chuck-along 4. When I did Chuck-along 3, halfway through, I was like I had a good portion done, man. I was ready to finish it. No problem by the end of the month, and my mojo went. And I didn't want to touch diamond painting for about a week. And so that kind of threw me off, and then I came back and quickly finished it during the next month. But I actually want to, I know which one I'm going to do for the Chuck Along now. I've decided it's a country scene. It's barns. And you'll be able to see the barn reflection in the pond, and I've seen it completed and it's stunning. So that will be the next one for the Chuck Along. Not sure what's coming up for August, and I haven't really heard anything that I don't like to join DP alongs that much because typically most of them don't kind of fall through with what I'm working on when I'm working on it. I did get to plan for this one, and I've been doing a lot of thinking on this one. Which one am I going to do for the Chuck Along? Do I think I can keep up? Yeah. So with all that going on, you guys will watch my WIP and chats as we go. And this will be the encouragement I need to finish that. I don't think I'm going to need a whole lot of encouragement to complete it because it is a very stunning diamond painting. So I'm really super excited for that. And so we still have to figure out what we're going to do for the month of August. As you can see, when I laid those diamonds down, I have a different tip on. We're going to start over on the yellow. I broke my 8-placer, so the other one is on its last legs. So I went ahead and found myself a regular 10-placer. I figured this is a good time for me to practice doing the 10-placer as I'm finishing this painting, because if I only have one 8-placer left, these flat 10 ones are going to have to do for me. As well as this is my pen by Jim's Handmade Pen Shop. And you'll see all the information about the pen below. this just came in one of my kits. Okay, so I've gotten a bunch of kits. Either I've ordered them on Amazon that had a bunch of multi-placers in it. I've also gotten various kits. And I don't keep all of my toolkits with my kits. I pull them out when I open them and look at them. So I just gather them and put them all in one place so that when I'm using it, I'm clear, I'm safe. And I'm moving this cord for this camera, which is making it, okay, there we go, much better, okay, sorry about that. The cord was underneath my board and I didn't realize it to the light. So as I said, I don't have really the money right now to go out and purchase any more from Lexi Lilycraft. Mind you that as soon as I'm able to order some more from Lexi Lilycraft, I will be ordering more multi-placers. However, I just can't do it right now. So I'm going to start saving a little bit of money, putting a little bit of money aside here and there so I can put some money together and get a couple new multi-placers from Lexi Lilycraft. This is going to be a learning process of being able to place 10 diamonds at one time. And I'm going to give it a try and see how it goes with the flat. I can still, well, you can kind of rock it still. With this being clear, I actually can see how crappy they're going down when they go down. That's good, I guess, but not so good in other means. But, you know, I may have to make adjustments. But, you know, when I put them down single diamonds, I still have to make adjustments, right? Sometimes I don't have to make adjustments. Other times I do have to make adjustments. So I'm just going to continue, and mind you that as we go, since I've not used a 10 placer really, and it is a flat one, and I'm used to the round ones, it will take me a little time and practice to get this down. However, once I get it down, it'll be well worth it, because then I'll be able to pick up any placer, any multi-placer, and use it. Because then it's a good thing, right? So I now have something that's taught me how to multi-place, rolling the diamonds. And I know that part of this is just getting, I just put brand new yellow wax in this because I broke my other tip. I'm not going to say, it was stupid how I broke it, so I'm not going to say how I broke it, but I broke it. And so I had to start over with the yellow testing. Okay, so the 10 placer, it's a little bit harder to get the glue into, or the wax into, but it is possible. So that's a good thing. Now I'm going to try this pickup of the diamonds with them being all in a row, but I don't think I got 10. This sucks. Oh, sorry. I am not getting near what I thought I was supposed to be getting. Maybe this is a 9 placer and not a 10 placer. Either way, it's still a multi-placer, and yes, I'm sorry, it will take me a little while to adjust to this new multi-placer. So you can see, and the reason I did this, and I could have gotten adjusted to it off camera and made the 8 placer work, right? I could have done that, but part of documenting my diamond painting, and one of the main reasons for starting this video, is so I can see how I progress from the time I started doing videos, which was about 1.5 years into it, or about a year into it, almost exactly at a year mark, I started my channel, right? So that I had 1 year of practice, 1 year of learning different things and techniques and different things like that, right? So sometimes I may take my time getting to where I actually want to get to, but now I'm there, and I thought about doing a channel a long time ago. However, I just wasn't in the place to do so. I'm now in a place where it's possible for me to do so. So I'm going to do it, right? But that's the opportunities that we get. So I get opportunities to practice, because that was the goal, was to practice with those and get better so I could use these and be more efficient, right? And I'm sure I will go back to Lexi Lily. I'm actually positive I'll go back to Lexi Lilycraft once I've been able to save enough money to go order from them. And I'm not sure why I'm having such an issue getting diamonds on this. It feels like there's plenty of wax. It doesn't feel like it's overflowing. Let me pull a little bit off. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Let me see if it'll work now. Let me just push these diamonds together. There we go. I want a big amount right together so I don't have to try to push to get to them. And then I just want to see what I can do when I pick up. So I picked it up, and this is how they picked up. Now, I've got to do some work with this, because see, I can normally rock it and they'll get into place, so I'm not quite sure how that's going to work now. I'm going to try to do it and see if that helps align them up a little bit. I don't know that it really is. Okay, so here we are. We have our 10 diamonds. They aren't perfect at all, but I think I'm going to give it a chance. And it's not really at this point the perfection that I'm looking for. I have a diamond that's stuck to the top of the multi-place right here. It was stuck on the top. It's not really being able to really accomplish multi-placing right away, and do it in a manner that makes sense. And I think I need to move up one, to be honest. I think that's the issue. And this one goes here. Okay, there we go. And sometimes it's a little puzzle I have to work out as I'm practicing. But you know what? I practice this. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to give up on this, okay? Because I now know that I'm capable of laying this many diamonds, which is really awesome. It may be slightly different than how I've had to do it in the past, because I learned initially on a rocking, I learned on a rocking multiplacer, right? So I'm really trying to just practice on, and I didn't pick them all up, but they're all nicely straight, so I'm going to go ahead and use it. And as you can see, I'm way below. That's because it wasn't all the way to the end, and I'm used to having it at the end. But however, it's not a bad adjustment, right? And maybe if I was multi-placing, I wouldn't have to make major adjustments like this. However, if I don't practice, I can't get better, right? So I want to encourage anybody out there that is thinking at all about learning to multi-place. Really, if you're learning to multi-place out there, don't be afraid to keep trying. Don't give up. It may not work out the very first time that you do it, and it may not be perfectly straight, because look at this. It's not straight. It's not really lined up properly. However, I laid them down. I organized them. But in time, I will get much better at it, right? I guess I forgot to adjust those high enough. So in time, I'll get good enough to be able to lay these down in a consistent manner, right? Like I was when I was working with the 8-placer, right? I've used the 8-placer, and we here we go. I got a perfect pickup on that one. That's all 10. And there's just a slight bulge here, but let's see how we can lay this down. So we're going to really practice on centering that there and laying it down. Oh, and see? It just takes a little patience. Okay, once you learn how it's comfortable for you to lay diamonds down, right? When you learn that trick, and you can just lay a diamond down and that diamond be okay, or that set of diamonds doing. So I learned early on the trick was to have them straight on my multiplacer. And if they're not on the multiplacer properly, they're never going to lay straight on the painting, right? So you want to make sure that they're straight here. On here, you want to make sure they're straight on your multiplacer. And then you really want to concentrate on where you're laying that first diamond. And make sure you're aimed to go down in a straight line. And if you do that properly, just like you saw me, which is how I did the other one, I got pretty good at it pretty quick, right? That was the point of showing you this. I really wanted you to see how, because I never used this 10 placer until I used it first on this video. So you've seen me lay my diamonds for the first time and then eventually get to this point. Now, because I have enough practice with the 8 placer, it didn't make it hard to go to the 10 placer and do it flat. Once I realized that if I followed the same process I used with the rolling one, it would lay down just as well. So that was really my main point of talking about the multiplacer today, since I was not the smartest and broke my multiplacer. And it wasn't because I pressed too hard, believe it or not. The issues with the ones that I have are because I press hard, okay? And I found out, and maybe that's why I don't want to invest in it, but they did last a long time. Okay, I'm not going to say that. I would invest in them again, all over again. But that's my opinion, and I have enough reason to show and enough time of working with it to know that it works good and that it's something I want to promote. So I might reach out to them and let them know that I've started a YouTube channel, and maybe see if we can work out something on working together, which might work out, and then we'll see what happens. So our article today is from the Diamond Art Club blog. We're now on the bottom of page 6, meaning we're halfway through, and we're reading what is the best size for a diamond painting. 4 tips before you buy. Oh. So let me grab a drink real quick and we'll get started. If you're new to the world of diamond painting but want to give one of these fun, colorful projects a try, you may have some questions before you dive in. What kind of tools are needed? How long does it take to complete a project? What is the best size for a diamond painting? There are common queries for people new to the world of diamond painting, and while some of the answers are subjective, we can provide some guidelines on how to select the diamond painting that's right for you. So, really, I'm doing a diamond painting that is 56 by 74. Okay, that's a little bigger than the smalls. These are about a medium size. I thrive on medium size. I do a lot of medium size out here, but I also love the huge ones. So it's really just what you want, right? What you're looking for. And we'll get into some guidelines of ones to choose. And I really didn't have these guidelines, so when I've done everything that I've done, either watching a video and learning from one of the other creators on YouTube, or I've learned it by and a lot of how I lay things out in the lap desk, I did listen to Stitcherista, and she had a lap desk, and she uses it for the same thing. She has a similar light pad on it, so, and then she sets it up similar. So I did learn a few tips and tricks from other people. I've also learned a lot from Jennifer Roberts' book that we bring out when we do our log. And so there's a lot of different things that really come. I really buy a painting because I like it, and I hope that it renders the same. I like to be able to see it when I can see the rendering, which is Diamond Art Club does an awesome job. You can actually see the painting, and then you can see the rendering. And if the rendering looks good to me, I'll purchase the diamond painting. So I may not be able to go on because I've looked at diamond paintings, but you know, I can't go in on Saturday and know exactly what I want, right? Plus, I don't have the money right now, but it's one of those things that we try to do, right? So luckily, when you purchase a diamond art kit, all of the necessary materials are included. The applicator tools, drills, wax, and colored beads. And there's usually a tray. As you become more invested in this type of craft, you may want to purchase extra accessories as backups. But for your first project, your new kit should have everything you need. Now it's time to determine how large a diamond painting you want to try your hand at. So I spent a lot of time denying that I wanted to do this craft, only because I know my own personality, and that if the craft isn't perfect for me, I can pick it up quickly, and then see if it's really, and if it's a question of whether it's perfect for me or not, I can pick it up quickly and be able to tell one way or the other whether it's one that I want to work with, right? But that takes time, that takes experience. So, I mean, it's all about what you want and what makes your experience better. So I put it off and I put it off, and I kept saying, no, I don't want to do it. I know it's going to cost me money. I know that it's going to be something I'm addicted to, because I spent years and years and years doing cross stitch, and I always wanted to do these great big huge cross stitches. And I'm finding a lot of those cross stitches patterns are now being made into diamond art, right? So I thought that's what really brought me in and made me decide to try my hand at diamond painting. And I just looked on Amazon and found a small painting that I thought I might like. So I did enjoy that, and I couldn't put it down. I laid a diamond, and my husband sat here and watched me for a week, laying diamonds one by one on the penguin. The out border was all white, and then there was so much white on that penguin, and I thought I was going to go crazy, but you know what? I found out I was in love with the fact that it was so beautiful, and it was perfect for what I want, right? What I want in my life, and my favorite things. And if you look, I have a cup, I have lots of things that are penguins. So for me to buy a penguin painting, I knew it was something that I would like and I would be interested in trying, and actually keep the interest to do it. But once I laid that first diamond, the interest was there. I couldn't stop laying diamonds, and that's when I knew I was in trouble. Because now, look at me. I'm not as bad as other people in the sense that I don't have hundreds of diamond art clips sitting in the closet undone. Now, mind you, if I had my way, I probably would. I probably would have every single one of them. You know what? I think this is closer to a 9 placer than a 10 placer. Let me count 2, 4, 6, and yeah, 8. I have 9 on there and they sit perfect. I don't know if you can see that very well. There we go. I think you can see it. So there's only 9 diamonds on there, right? And it's pretty tight. So I'm just going to consider it being a 9 placer instead of a 10 placer. So I anchor it and I lay it, right? Anchor it and I lay it. And we're off just a tad bit on the top couple ones. But other than that, we did it pretty well, right? So I now know that I only want 8 because I want to leave this line clean so I can do full length. So I'll probably, and I'm going to just do it now. That's only 1, so I'm just going to move it there. And that leaves that line open. For me, I like to be able to put as many diamonds as I can. So you really have to think about what paintings are good for you. So keep in mind what is something, if you're going to start doing diamond painting, what is something that you love? Something that's going to keep you going and give you the opportunity to see if you actually enjoy doing it, right? So what is the size for a diamond painting? What is the best size for a diamond painting? There is no right answer to this question. What is the best size for a diamond painting? It all depends on what you're looking for. Generally, if this is your first time completing a diamond painting, we recommend starting small, as these paintings tend to be less time consuming. Yeah, I did. I started out with a 12 by 12, which is a 30 by 30, which with the borders, it comes down and it's a 25 by 25, which was perfect for my first time. And I fell in love with that painting. And so that painting sits up on my wall. It stays there and it will be there because that was where it began. So that painting always sits there. So when I get up and if I'm frustrated or I get upset or anything, I can look at that painting and say, oh my God, go sit and diamond paint. It's beautiful work and you love it so much and it'll relax you. So my go-to when I'm stressed out or anything like that is to pick up my diamond painting pen and diamond paint. And it has become the best therapy that I could have probably asked for, right? So, sorry, I'd have another drink. It will also act as an introduction to this new craft without committing you to weeks of work on a large detailed project. The larger the painting, the more diamonds you will need to add and line up perfectly to create your masterpiece. For beginners, most people recommend sending to projects under 12 by 12. And it was a 12 by 12 that I selected. And I'm glad I did because I really got to choose what I wanted, right? And I got to think about it. And I got to really sit there and put in my mind, am I going to be able to do that? Am I going to be able to sustain myself if I love it that much? I'm never able to do that. But at least I have an opportunity to try, right? And I tried. And I was just, I was addicted from the very, very start. So how to select your diamond painting. First question is, where will it be displayed? So I didn't think about that. But I wasn't thinking about the size. Then I ordered, I don't think I've ever thought about size. I ordered next a, sorry. I ordered next a 30 by 40 and got that completed. It was gorgeous. And it's going to be part of my wall. But that's the way it started for me. And then I really have only bought based on my thought of how, by looking at the pictures, looking at the renderings, trying to decide. It didn't matter what size they were. If it's a subject that I could do, I did a 40 by 70 for my mom of a big angel, you know. So, and then I've done all the way up. I think the biggest one I did was the Minions, which was 2 feet wide by 6 feet long, 6 feet 1 inches. It was 20 inches, so the 20 inches meant that it was 1 foot 8 inches by 6 feet 1 inch. So that was pretty big. And it took a while. You guys saw me do it, but I did get it done in time to start July, right? So yay! So you really have to just, I don't know. These are just things you can think of. So if you're planning to hang your completed painting in your home, the size of your canvas should fit the space that you've been planning to display it. Choose artwork for your house. Choosing artwork for your house is a fun task that can add some pizzazz to your interior design and show off your personal style. Measure the space where you're planning to hang your painting and determine whether or not the project will be too small for the wall. You want to make sure that there isn't too much additional white space around the painting. If you feel that a diamond art painting under 12 by 12 will be too small in the space, you may want to find another area for your first project and work your way up to a larger piece that will fit better in your proposed space. Right, so I had 4 walls. One wall has a big picture window and has about 1.5 feet on each side. The other wall has a big window, then it has with 2 feet on one side, and then it has about 5 feet between the window and the door. And then I have a wall that goes all the way to the kitchen door, and then there's a doorway for the kitchen, and then I have a full wall on the other side. So I have plenty of areas to decorate. So I was never too concerned about size. I just thought I'd fit it in where it needed to go. Right? How much time do you want to spend on it? I think I'm going to adjust you guys. Okay, so how much time do you want to spend on it? So that's the next thing we've got to worry about, is how much time do we want to spend on it? Although diamond painting is a fun and calming activity, it can be time consuming because you need to eventually place each diamond bead in the correct spot to create a truly captivating mosaic image. The length of time it will take to complete a project depends entirely on the painting's size and level of detail, along with how often you work on it. Try to set it aside for a specific amount of time each week to pull out your painting and make more progress. If you're okay with spending a few weeks on one project, you can opt for a slightly bigger piece of art. If you prefer to complete the painting in a few sittings, stick with a small size and work on it often. Right, and so when I first started, it was after the COVID started, right? But I got laid off on my job just before the country shut down. So I spent, 6 months? See, from February to June. So, no, three and a half months. I spent 3.5 months on unemployment and working with a accounting firm to get into a job, and I was able to get a job by June. But in the meantime, I had a lot of time to spend, so that's when I started on with the penguin in April, and it just blossomed from there. You know, when you have all the time in the world because you're used to working 40 hours a week and you lose your job, and then COVID starts and you can't go anywhere and nobody's hiring because they're sending everybody home to work, it's really hard. And that was a trying period in my life. And then I got got the job, and it was a great job. I loved my job. I had a great team. They were awesome. I never had to worry about them. I had two come on after I started, and they were amazing. And I really miss it. However, I was making too many mistakes at the end, and I couldn't comprehend. I don't know why. So there were some things going on that I had to turn around and walk away from it, which was sad. I was let go, which is the first time ever in my life to be fired, which was an odd experience. I've always walked and left a job, never been fired. So that was a hard one. But then I turned it around pretty quickly, and I filed for my unemployment. Or not unemployment. I had filed for unemployment. That was a given. But I filed for my disability. And so that's when I really decided, when I filed for disability, that that's what I need to do. So we're buckled down. Got one more check from unemployment, but we're buckled down. I have plenty of things to keep us busy until we get approved. So let's just keep going. So how detailed is the painting? The level of detail will significantly impact how long it takes you to complete a project. If you're considering experimenting with a larger project, larger than 12 by 12, then look for a design that doesn't have a lot of detail. You spend more time on a piece. You will spend more time on this piece. But if there's big chunks of the same color rather than many small lines or shapes of different colors, you may have an easier time completing the project as long as you pay close attention to color changes. Okay, so, like this is a real confetti area, but then over here on the house is all multi-placing, right? It's not super big sections, but I can lay 10 diamonds if I want. I can lay 9 or 8. And so that's what I do, right? So I try to figure out which sections I'm going to do and what I'm going to work on first. So I decided today that I was going to work on the rest of the house. So I'm going to be getting all of the white in the house done, work on the windows and the door, and then I'll go to the grass and the cobblestone and the roof line. So I'm going to keep busy today. Yesterday I didn't do anything. I wasn't feeling my best. We did a whole lot of things yesterday, and it took its toll on me. So I didn't do a whole lot. I had to really just relax. So today I could function pretty well, and it seems to be okay so far. So one more, we've got another section here, so let's continue on and chat about this one. So, are you working on the painting solo? One of the greatest things about diamond painting is that it can be easily done alone or with friends or family. Research shows that arts and crafts can greatly improve our mental health by reducing feelings of anxiety and stress. So didn't I say that at the beginning, that I do this, and when I get stressed, I sit down and do this. First thing that pops in my mind is go lay some diamonds. Well, that's because that's what helps me relax and get rid of that anxiety, get some of that stress gone, because all of that doesn't help my muscles, right? So I need to keep as low anxiety, as low stress as I can. So I've had to really minimize the stress in my life since I became diagnosed with fibromyalgia. So by reducing feelings of anxiety and stress, which is why it is a good way to unwind after a stressful day, or the perfect activity to bond with your friends or significant other. If you're working on a project with another person, you'll likely be able to get it done more quickly and may even want to spring for a larger painting to give each other for more space to work. So I do it individually. I don't typically have, but my granddaughter's coming and she's going to help me work on one when she's here in August. So I'm going to make sure that it's a fun one that she'd be interested in helping on if she can make it. If not, we'll do it next year, but I have some plans. I want to make sure that I get her some crocheting lessons when I do see her, and that she has kind of a good understanding, so then we can move on over FaceTime and she continue learning. So here's the last section, and then we'll be done with this. So select the diamond painting project that's right for you. Before diving right into your first project, you've probably wondered, what is the best size for the diamond painting? Many different factors can affect which size painting makes sense for you. But as a beginner, we recommend that you stick with paintings smaller than 12 by 12 inches. This will give you a taste of what diamond painting is like, and as you fine-tune your skills, you can move on to larger, more detailed pictures. So, and then it has a button to browse for beginner kits. So, I mean, that was pretty interesting, right? So we've been learning a lot about some various different things that we can do, and different things that, and it's not all diamond painting. That's what the nice thing about this blog is. It gives you some other ideas. So it gives you other ideas on how to work with those additional drills. We've learned all different kinds of stuff from these articles, and we have more to come. So with that said, if you like this video, it'd be great to have a thumbs up. If you don't like this video or whatever the reason, feel free to give it a thumbs down. However, please leave us a comment and let us know why in the comment section below. And if you've gotten to the end of this video and you like it, let's see a thumbs up. So everybody give me a thumbs up if you made it to the end of this video. And I've noticed that people aren't making it to the end, but I'm going to start doing some stuff to motivate people to the end of the video, which will give me more hours worked so that I can get up there to some of the other levels, as well as just if you want to be part of the Sunset Girl Creates team family, let's hit that subscribe button, okay? Join the team. We are having a lot of fun over here. We now have 10 subscribers, so yay! I'm so glad to have the subscribers, and I do this for you now. Not necessarily just for me, but I also do it for you. And so that's brought in and made a love for diamond painting. So if you want to know when I upload the videos, right next to the subscribe button is a little bell icon, and that will notify you when the next video is uploaded. So whenever I upload a video, it lets you know, whatever your notification is on your phone. So with that said, I want to thank everybody. Have a great day, and let's get this going, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.